What's up, everybody? This is Jack from Crypto 49er, bringing you my knowledge in cryptocurrency. So today I want to talk about the Gekko trading bot, the RSI bull bear strategy, comparing live versus backtest. So first of all, I just want to let you guys know that you're not seeing my video today just because my green screen in my office is not air conditioned, so it's kind of hard for me to record in there. But anyway, I think audio is just good enough for this video. So, the RSI bull bear strategy is supposed to perform at least twice as well as the market when configured correctly. It's always fun to look at backtest results, but can it perform like that during live trading? I mean, let's just show you guys, for example, here. So this is one of the screenshots that Tommy Hansen put up on the original post on the Gekko forums regarding how well this strategy can work. I mean, this is just his default settings, and it's not, I don't even think it's configured out well, but it's a general default settings that he has set up. And it still perform about double what the market would perform. At least you can see for this is for Ethereum, and this is USDT to Ethereum, and it went from the market did 32,000%, the strategy did 61,000%. So the strategy itself seems pretty good, should work very well, right? So what I wanted to do was to make sure that the strategy is doing as it should be by just looking through the backtest results, comparing it to the last couple of weeks that I have the strategy running live. So here's a report that I get from Coinbase Pro from all the trades that Gekko did for me. So as you can see my amount here, I'm not trading a lot. Again, I'm still relatively on a testing phase. As I mentioned in a previous video, I do still definitely think that Gekko can make money, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're trading live, you're testing, but you don't want to risk a lot of money because this is just really for testing purposes, making sure you have everything configured properly, the strategy configured properly, the computer, the virtual machine that you have, whatever it is that you have set up, is set up properly so that there are no issues whatsoever, and if there are any issues, you're catching it now. So the other thing is trade like coffee money, like about $5 if that's the amount you can afford. I mean, I'm not giving you guys financial advice here, but this is really just to test on a live basis how the bot will actually work. So in my case, I'm willing to risk a little bit more than coffee money, but still not a lot, $200. But you can see, I'm just going to compare it. Again, this is a live trading, and I'm going to compare it to the backtest that I ran on the same time period using the Gekko UI. You can see right off the bat, the first trade it made a 1.71% gain. For me, it was about the same, about 1 point something percent gain, just because it went from $200 to $203, so that's pretty nice. But after that, at least according to the backtest results, and this one critical and super important thing I have to point out that I didn't follow quite early on, you can see that my buy time and sell times are not, they're not exactly on the candle. They're not matching up to the backtest. So you see the backtest is exact because it's backtest, it's not real trading. And you see that it trades on exactly on my 5-minute candles interval. So it's at buys at 340 and it sells at 235. So it didn't quite do that with my buy sell because I didn't set Gekko to run exactly on the 5-minute time interval. I should have set it to, like, let's say 455, whatever it is, some sort of 5-minute interval exactly, started up exactly at that minute, so that the buy and sell will be much closer. I think I did end up doing it towards the end. If you could see that my later trades, buy and trades are like at 20, 45, 30, 10. So you see that I have corrected the issue. But it's very important for you to do that so they can actually compare to a backtest to see that your Gekko is working properly. So in my case here, so I made money, and then after that I made another 3% gain. So actually what happened is I made some money and then I lost it right back. So right here, it bought it at 459 and then sold that back out 449. So I ended up losing all my gains. So basically lost all my gains a little bit too, in fact. So I think this is where I actually added back $1 back into here. I figured, you know what? I mean, it's not really true comparison to the backtest, at least the first few days anyway. So I added back $1 back in here to make it back to even $200. But from this point on, so this is it made another gain, whereas compared to the backtest, it actually didn't make any more 1 point something percent gains at this point. It just kind of lost. So it just lost and lost and lost. So all the way down to July 2nd when it actually made some huge gains right here. And for me, it's pretty much the same. So I was just going from, on live trading wise, it went from 203. Again, this is when it, when it made that 1 point something percent gain the second time for me. But then after that, it just kept on losing from 203 down to 201, down to 200, down to 197. And I'm just, if you're looking at it very carefully, it doesn't look good. So, and then it's down to, at one point, I mean, it's not really 185 because actually this looks like it's down to 185. It's really because of how Coinbase Pro fills in all the orders that I have for this $200. This is a really small amount, but compared to like, people that put in like tens of thousands of dollars for their trading, but still, even this small amount is getting split up into multiple trades. So you see that this actually adds up to about 197, 198. So basically there was not much of a loss or gain at this point. So it goes down to 197 on July 2nd here, and then you can see continuing on July 2nd on the second page here, all the way down to like 195, and then all of a sudden it just makes one tiny bit of gain from 195 to 196, and then all of a sudden it made this huge gain of pretty much close to what it had here, right? About 3.82%. So this went from 196 to 203.55, and that's pretty much how that's been from this point on. From July 2nd on, it has stayed positive overall, so it hasn't lost me money below the 200, below my starting budget anyway. You see that I went down a little bit, down to 201, then I went up to 203, 205, 206, and then this one again, the sell process got split up into 3 orders, so it's 153, and they add up together to actually $210. So this was the highest, the most money I earned from the Gekko trading bot using the RSI bull bear strategy. And then after that, it made a losing trade because it actually bought in at 488, and I think I sold at like 478 or something like that. It's like some not very nice number, let's just say. So right now, that's why I'm at 207, as you can see right here, my current balance 207.70. So basically, I'm still up, basically about like roughly 2%. So you think about it, it's like 1% of, actually it's almost closer to 3%. Actually, it's not that bad. 1% is $2, right? So this is about like a little over 3%, about 3.5% I'm up right now. So that's not too bad, I have to say, overall. But if you look at the backtest results actually says that the bot only made 1.69%. So overall, for my testing period of about 14 days, I am beating the market slightly. So the market itself was 2.59%. So this is actually good because, in a sense, I'm actually beating the market using this strategy. And the backtest result, well, not exactly matching. It's similar, and it's showing you that some of the trades I missed out on too. If you look at the chart here that the UI generates, you see that it sold here, which is good. It actually, exited out perfectly. It didn't catch the dagger. It actually caught the top right here. Got slight gains, but it didn't buy the bottom right here, which kind of sucked. So that's why I didn't make this massive gain right here that I could have had from like 410 all the way up to 460, 470, well, let's say 465. Just didn't do that. And again, the same thing here. So it bought here, it sold here, but it didn't buy here again to capitalize on this huge gain upwards. But instead it bought over here. So that's basically what it did. Again, this doesn't match exactly to my live trading bot, but again, it's similar results overall. So, but here's the thing: a skilled swing trader would have made these 2 trades, and yes, it tells you right here, almost 25% gains. But I'm gonna show you that in detail right now. So on June 25th at 4:35 a.m. This is all UTC, by the way. So at June 25th. Okay, so 448.99. So this is where you'll buy in if you are a skill trader. Now this is a skill swing trader, not actual bot anything, but this is a skill swing trader who bought over here and sold at 6 hours later, actually a little bit less than 6 hours later at 10:25, which was right over here. So and I'm just guessing my reasoning for this guy's thinking, reason why we're buying and selling is because if you zoom in a little bit here, you can see that there's just like the price action is consolidating right around here. So it's looking for a breakout. So I think for a skill trader, they would saw this, and then in addition, they would see that there's actually a trend line of RSI going upwards. So this is a positive direction. This is like, looks like there's actually positive momentum for the price, so that it looks like it's gonna go higher, and it did. So if that person bought around here and then sold it at the top, and actually I won't talk about the sell point just yet, but then he bought around here, he or she, could be a she, could bought around here, and then sold it right over here at 471. So now here's this reasoning that I would think that he or she would use for selling at this point. So he or she sees that it actually hit at 471.21. Actually, it was a little higher at this point, right? So that skilled trader is gonna look at it, market, and say, hey, let me just see if it's gonna go higher before I sell it. So actually, he or she waited, and then they went until they saw this, and they saw that, hey, look at this. The RSI didn't hit higher than the previous high. So the previous high around here was at 75, and the current high is 72. So, and at the same time, so you see that the price is actually slightly lower. So this closing price is 471.21, and you see this closing price is 471 even. So that this looks like a good time to sell. So that's probably what would be that was probably the reasoning why the person was sold at this point. They probably could have sold a candle after and made a little bit less gains, but that's probably the general idea of this first trade that he or she would made. And then the second trade, the big one. So this is at June 29 at 1625. Okay, 1625. So right around here, 410.46. So the reasoning I would think is this time is because if you see these yellow and orange line I have here is actually the Fibonacci trend lines. So this is not quite Fib retracement that this skill trader is using, but its general idea is that Fib trend lines follow the Fibonacci sequence, and he or she sees that at this point you see that the 21-day EMA is actually, and the orange line is a 21-day EMA, and the 55-day EMA is actually converging, where the 21-day is actually moving up towards the 55-day EMA. So this is a good time to buy. So that's when they bought in. Waited for a little dip here first, just because that's what they saw, and say, okay, we'll wait for a little dip. Got that dip, bought it at a slightly lower price, a slight discount from 413 down to 410, and just rolled it all the way through. They're like, whatever, So they could have bought and sold, but then instead, that person just rolled it through. So from 410 all the way up to 492 at July 7th. I mean, technically, that person could have held on for a little longer, but I think based on the results, based on the graph right here, you see that the orange line is actually breaking back down. The yellow line is actually catching up, and then as the orange line is breaking back downwards. So it looks like it's falling back down quite a bit. So, but then the skilled trader overall would have made that decision to sell around that time frame, and would have made some nice gains, equaling to a almost 20% gains for that second much longer hold. But then the first one was still a 5% gain, so for a total of almost 25% gains. So compared again to Gekko, which the bot itself and the market itself went up 2.59%. So not counting for the up and down. And then the bot itself did 1.69% for backtest results. For my live trading was closer to 3%, but still, that's nowhere near the 25% gain that a skilled trader can do and can actually make money from. And all he did was just 2 trades compared to the bot, which makes a lot more trade, a 41 trade, trying to figure out what the top and bottom is, but end up the skilled trader made about 10 times more than the market. So the bottom line is this: the RSI bull bear in 2 weeks I've tested running live perform on par compared to the market, about 2% gain. I mean, 3% gain in my case. But an expert trader, swing trader, could have made 25% gain during the same time frame if that person knew exactly when to buy and when to sell. I'll continue to test the RSI bull bear, but won't increase my test amount until I see it beating the market. So right now, I mean, it is beating the market, but I really wanted to more than double, like what Tommy Hansen has shown in the actual screenshot in the backtest results. I mean, that's what I'm looking for. So if it actually does beat the market by double, I would probably increase the amount I'm testing just to want to make sure everything's working properly. So I'm just making it very methodical, make sure that everything that I'm testing is still working properly. But anyway, guys, that's my video for today. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe. If it isn't crypto, it isn't worth mining, it isn't worth speculating. Peace out.